Hi, Lynn here today, and I'm going to show you how to do the basic running stitch. I use it a lot. In fact, what I'm going to do is show you on a sample of a project that I'm working on right now. So this is just a nice little sample, shows you a good running stitch. The goal is to try to have your stitches even, if both front and back, and I think the sample does pretty well, and I don't always do that well. So here's the project we're going to work on today. It's this cute little teacup, and I've already done some machine stitching on it, and what I want to do is I use a friction pen. They always test on your project first, but they work really well. You can mark on it and then just take a shot of steam and your marks come right up. I've already tested this with my iron. So I can just then draw a little line here of how I want my hand stitching to go. And we'll just kind of go like this. And then maybe we'll go out here too and come back around. You know how I like steam from coffee. So I've already threaded my needle. Here we go. And we'll come up at the beginning here. And I'm going to turn this sideways. I'll just find this easier to work on a running stitch going right to left. So I'll just start adding a couple little stitches here. I've got a lot of stiffening on this, so it's a little difficult to get my needle and thread through. I used watered down wallpaper paste to be able to put this cup and saucer on this doily that's going to be part of the quilt. And I love it because you can peel, you can do all kinds of things with it. It's not as permanent as using like Misty Fuse or Wonder Under or something like that. It's a tip from Cass Holmes, and we interviewed her on Create Whimsy. I loved it so much, I bought her books, and they've got some really great techniques, and this is one of them that I started using immediately. So, because I was always a fuser of everything before, but fusing is permanent. Sorry, my thread keeps catching on the end of my table here. But you can see this just adds some great little visual interest, and it's so easy. I usually slow down around the curves, as you could tell, because it's, you want to make sure that your line is nice and smooth, and needles aren't curved. So you can see I have my finger underneath, and that helps to guide the stitch where you want it to go. And you just keep going around and around. The running stitch to me is very just meditative, and I like the way it works. Yeah, so, okay, well, I'll probably finish doing this and then come back with a final picture for you, but I think you've got the hang of how to do the basic running stitch. I had a little knot there. Went ahead and pulled that apart. And here's the finished little running stitch coming out of this little cup of coffee or cup of tea. And I just love it because it's on this old doily. And these are itty bitty little French knots. It looks like they've used probably 2 strands from a 6-strand embroidery for the little French knots. Here's some little French knots, a little stem stitch, long and short stitch, and more stem stitch, and then the edges, the crocheted. So it's just a beautiful little piece of linen, old linen, and really appreciate the woman's work on there, and it's going to be part of a quilt. So here's this one block with some handwriting, a coffee cup, and ready to be put into my quilt. Hope you enjoy the running stitch as much as I do.